So breathing, pranayam, every day. Don't wait until you're a retired person to start breathing, please. Start breathing while we are progressing in life. So the next thing is asana. Asana means, translated literally, posture or seating. In yoga, the first thing you have to do is breathing. The second thing is postures. And the asanas mean stretching the muscles. Just physically lifting our hands up and bringing it down every day is stretching the muscles. Now, when we were going to school in the old days in the colonial world, when you went to school in the morning, before you went to classroom, you had to line up outside in the schoolyard and you had to do exercise. They call it recess, right? Exercise. No, exercise. The bell would ring, first bell, ding, 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 everybody lines up. And then you're supposed to up, down, sideways, in, out. You do that for 5 or 10 minutes. And then the second bell ring, you march, tuck, 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 up the stairs. Third bell ring, sit down. We need to get bells for our children. But by the way, they have bells and whistles and still it doesn't work. But that bell, when it rung, click, everybody, whatever you're doing, you ran to the line and you stayed in line. And the second bell, you did your exercise. The third bell, you're upstairs. And you can't wait for the lunchtime bell to come. So you go for lunch. As such, we had a routine, but that exercise was very simple. It was not yoga, but at least it was some form of exercise. No school in North America, in Canada, has a program like that. They have recess time. And if the kids go or they don't go, it's their call. So asana, stretching, we have some simple stretching exercise. I want to tell you, everybody who has a back problem, except if the doctors told you your spinal cord is actually broken or something, or edging, you can do these exercises. And the more you do these exercises, Pundit Rampasad, please stand up. I have a candidate to tell you. Rampasadji came to me one day and said, Panditji, oh, my back, my waist is hurting me so much. Panditji is here all day. I said, Panditji, do you do stretching exercise? He said, no. I showed him a little bit of a stretching exercise in my office and I told him to practice it. Did it work? Give him a big hand, please. I told him, don't go to Jay Patel and get any painkillers. Do this exercise first and you won't need a painkiller. And he did. My point is, 90% of our pain in our back or our hips area is caused about poor posture. Especially those of us who drive and like to do this. You know? And the seat is going this way. The seat is meant to be upright. And by the way, whenever my children drive my car, I know. Because the seat is always this way. Right? I have to push it up so I can get close to the wheel. Because of my short legs. And Jaideep does the same thing too. Right? Okay? And then he said, oh, my back is hurting. Well, you're causing your own pain. It may look good, but it isn't good for you. So, we need to accept basic lifestyles about pranayam and asana. Now, this is our philosophy, because Hinduism is a way of life. Bhagavad Gita talks about this discipline of this pranayam and the meditation. Then after asanam, what do you think is the third important factor? Anybody? Yeah. Huh? Exercise. All of these two were exercise. Thank you very much. Give him a big hand for that thought. What is the third item? What? Meditation. Okay. All right.
Diet. Food. Diet.
Dieting. You've just breathed, you've exercised, you've got to feed the body. Diet. Food. Now, yoga includes diet. And you know how many of our young people, especially the young ladies, do not eat green stuff? Now, why should they eat green stuff, doctor? Like, Jay, what's the contribution of green? Like greens, like, fiber and iron. And ladies need iron more than men? But yet, I will bet you that in this congregation here today, that about 50 to 60% of the ladies were told that they have iron deficiency. You know who you are. And you're given iron supplements. But eating the right diet will help that from an early age. Many of the young people who come to me and I've had the opportunity to talk to them because of a health problem, When they go to the doctor, they come back. If they're female, they have an iron deficiency problem. And when you have an iron deficiency, what is the symptoms or the negative effect of that? Tiredness? Oh, I'm so tired. I can't sleep. I can't study. I am not a doctor, by the way. This is common sense. But I remember somebody said, the common sense is not so common. Now, we grew up, in my early days, a diet of, as we call it, bhaji, was a regular, maybe 3 times a week, sometimes twice a day. Rice and simple dal and spinach were the basic, so we had lots of it. And we had all kinds of bhaji, as you want to call it, right? What do you call it in Hindi? Saag. Saag. Of course, today, so saag is a basic diet. I mean, the basics, and of course, salad is plentiful. Green stuff. I'm just using this as an example. Of course, beans and grains and all of these are good, but a nice balanced diet. And warm food is also recommended, not necessarily cold food, out of the fridge. And also, when I was growing up, my father had a rule in our home, he will never eat stale food. That is, if it was cooked yesterday, it's not good to eat today. If it was cooked 6 hours before, it's not good to eat because it starts to decay. But today we keep it in the cardboard box and we eat it for 1 week later or so 2 weeks later. And if you'd given anybody in my day, in those days, to eat food out of a piece of paper or a cardboard box, now that will be the greatest insult in the world. But today, 50% of our food is consumed out of a cardboard box or other such utensils. So, tell me who's punishing who? We are punishing ourselves. So, the next is meditation. Now, what does meditation do for us? Anybody? What do you get? What's the benefit of meditation? Relaxation?
Stabilize the mind.
Peace of mind?
Stabilize the mind.
Stabilize the mind. Who said that? Lower blood pressure. Wow! You get lower blood pressure by meditating? Is it true? Is it possible? How is that possible? How could lower blood pressure become the result of meditation? Because you're relaxed and you're calm and you're not stressed out and you're not getting your blood pressure up. Simple as that. You mean a non-clinical approach to staying healthy? Just meditating. Now, how many people meditate anytime during the week? Put your hands up, please. Andrew, give Andrew a big hand, please. What I'm saying? Oh yes, Andrew wants to say something. Come up here, give him a microphone. Switch it on, switch it on. It's on. I mean, yeah, okay.
Has a psychological benefit because many people face anxiety, which is like one of the biggest things that especially teen girls and a lot of this anxiety problem that happens. But generally anxiety comes from something that happened to you long ago, but in your cognitive memory you don't remember it, but your body remembers it. So an example could be like, let's say for some reason you can't drink milk because like 10 years ago you dropped milk and your mom flipped out on you, right? Every time you see milk, you get this disgusting feeling, and you're like, well, why can't I have it? So your body remembers that 10 years ago, this would happen. Your body had that reaction. But you cognitively, you can't really bring it back. So what meditation does is it gives you time for your own mind to work and with your body at rest completely. Because your mind is technically your body. So when your body's at rest, your mind has the time to go back and be like, okay, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And generally, if you're meditating right, you'll have memories that come back to you out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's why this is happening, and that's why that's happening. So that's just what I wanted to share on meditation.
Now, Andrew, you've lost some weight too, haven't you? Right? Are you sharing that idea with Jaideep? Give Andrew a big hand, please. Thank you, Andrew, for speaking up. Now here we've seen a young man who obviously has had some exposure to the clinical approach to what meditation does. Now, we don't have to get clinical, but he's made some very, very strong points. Because all of us go through this stress situation or anxiety attacks. Many of us, the anxiety attacks is fear of the unknown. I don't know. I don't know if I'm good or I don't know, I can't do that. Or, will I be able to do that? Will they give me a chance to do it? And so on. Going for a job interview. I don't know if I... The anxiety takes away our abilities and limits our abilities. But when we can meditate, we bring all of our energies to focus. And as such, we're prepared to calmly represent ourselves under any condition against any challenge at all times. So meditation is one of the most powerful tools that God has bestowed upon us. This is a thing that you must do. That you have to do, you have to put your mind in it. Eat, we cannot avoid. Breathing, we cannot avoid. Okay? But meditation is a choice. We have the ability to meditate, but we have to make that choice. And there is a fifth item in this, the stages of yoga. There's a fifth item. And I know some of all the members of our Gurukul class and their Bal Vihar class and Kirtan Mandiri knows this one, so I'm asking them not to answer. What do you think is the fifth? Anybody from that gathering over there? Prayer? Okay, what else? Anybody else? Positive thinking. Okay, what else?
Rest.
Rest, okay? Okay, anybody else? Huh? Happy? Habits, okay, habits, okay. Spiritual. By the way, what does everybody like to do when it's a public holiday? What? You said, I'm not working today, so I'm going to relax. Relaxation. Wow. When was the last time you relaxed? Relaxation. When was the last time you did that? One mother said to me, Panditji, relaxation, I never have time to even eat. When will I get time to relax? One father said, Panditji, relaxation, I have to work 7 days a week. When I come home, my wife put me to work. When do I relax? Oh, Panditji, don't worry, I'll be relaxing in the next 2 months. I'm going to the Bahamas. Some of us think it's a point in time that we'll relax. Relaxation has to be with every breath. Relaxation is the fifth. But we cannot relax if we have not done pranayam, asanam, proper diet and meditation. Relaxation will be far away. Because if we have stomach problem, wrong eating, if we have not breathing properly, if we have poor diet, if we have anxiety, if we're not meditating and relax, if we're not composed mentally and physically, we can never relax. I don't care if you go to Bahamas or you go to Bali, the same thing will happen. Even if you go to the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago or Hummingbird Land or something, or you go to Las Vegas, those places will not make you relax. You, the individual, have to be in a state of meditative state, and only then can you relax. So all of this how much money does this require, by the way? $0. Just use what you have in the way it was intended to be used, and the benefits are unimaginable. By the way, this is Satya Sanatana Dharma, the way of life of the Hindu. Leave here today and question ourselves and says, is my lifestyle inclusive of this approach? And if it is not, what can I do to get it going? I must tell you that there is no doubt that eventually will happen that where the world of medical science will come to the realization, actually they have. It's just that maybe business prevents it from happening, because you will not, if this becomes the priority, then many businesses will have to close down. Like somebody might have already discovered that oil is not necessary to run engines, but it's not economically, it's not going to make enough money, so we'll keep oil going. Okay? Similarly, if we were to get people to focus on these proactive and non-clinical approaches to life, the pharmaceutical companies will go out of business. And boy, are they big. The marketing companies will go out of business. Boy, are they big. Now, During the last 10 years, 1,039 approaches were made. 1,039 different approaches to bring a solution to stroke, and all of them failed, and they cost billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. By the way, these are the statistics that are being published by the drug companies today. But yet we can avoid quite a lot of this. We can reduce the financial impact on the medical program in this country tremendously if this lifestyle is accepted. The results might be intangible, but in reality, they have tremendous impact on a global surface. If within every community, if there was 100 person that goes to the hospital every week, and only 50 would go or 25 would go, that is 25% cost reduction on financing medical institution that you and I will not have to pay in taxes. So we all benefit ultimately. Prem Sri Krishna Chanda Bhagavan ki jai. Now I want to open this up for a question or two. Any questions on this approach? Anyone? Or anyone wants to make a comment on this approach? Is there value in this approach? Yes, stand up please. Give him a big hand, please. Yeah. Thank you very much. Give him a big hand, please. Now, I've just had two seniors stand up and tell me this. They're already flung, as they said. Who are the people in the flinging, who are still trying to get through life? Their life is already packaged. After you reach 60, the package is kind of well prepped. The people under that age, yes. Give her a big hand, please. Let me add something to that. If you are living the right lifestyle, you're always without stress, and if there's no stress, then the end result is relaxation. Once again, give her a big hand, please. Now, how many of you whistle? How many of you whistle? Like, how many of you can do that? Question is, when was the last time you found yourself whistling? Not at somebody, just whistling. When did you find that you're doing something, you're washing your car, and you're whistling a song away? When was the last time you did that? I bet you our young people don't do that. You can only whistle in that state when you are relaxed. And when you find yourself, you're driving along, you're singing Hare Krishna, Hare, and you can't do that if you have stress on your mind. And as such, so well put. You can do it anyway. Last week's or 2 weeks ago, we talked about Bhagwan Krishna. Krishna Murari ji, aankh base man bhave, tan man pran hawale tere. Tan man pran. Tan, body, man, mind, pran, life. All of these, O Lord, in all of my activities, I know that when I am concentrating upon you, meditating upon you, everything flows. So, I hope you can take the message away. I'd like to hear from one of our real young people, those who are 25 or under, to give me some comment on what we've said here today. Yes, stand up.
just something that applies to almost all of the categories, is that a lot of the foods that we eat are genetically modified foods. So we're buying apples, but are they really apples? Do they have other things inside of them? So even by simply planting a garden and having something right from the garden straight to your table adds so much value to what you're putting into your body. And also, gardening itself is a form of meditation, and being outside does affect your breathing. So just a nice way to cover all of their
Good,
categories.
excellent. And again, I want to say to everybody that I cannot do without a summer without my garden. I can't wait to get out there. And when you get out in your garden early this morning, I must tell you, I was out in my garden already this morning about 6:45. And I had a very, very severe attack on the dandelions this morning with my one-piece device. I went after them with no mercy, right? Because they were sticking their heads up and being yellow forms in the green grass. And I said, you are out of picture, take you out. But it's very relaxing, very cool. So I agree with her. Give her a big hand, please. Plant a garden, everybody. Plant a garden. So, oh God, there's worms there. Oh God, there's insects there. Oh God. It's in the food that you eat too. Check them. So remember, get out there in the outdoors. Enjoy the beauty of nature, and relaxation will be the end result. Kamini, thank you very much for saying that. Andrew, thank you very much. I want you to know that there was no program or programming or prior discussion with these young people talking. So they are voicing their opinions, and we are glad to see that they have very, very positive opinions. Give them a big hand once again, please. Let me take this opportunity to welcome everyone here today. Is there anyone who was here for the first time today? Kaun pehle baar aaye hai? Anyone Ram Mandir for the first time? Newcomer? One person? One? Two? Give them a big hand, please. Wonderful round of applause. And those who are renewing their acquaintances after being a long time away, put your hands up, please. You know who you are. Give them a big hand, please. We want to take the moment to welcome officially to our mandir. Naam? Naam? Rajesh? Sant Rajesh ji. Give him a big hand, please. Rajesh has agreed to be a regular fixture in our mandir and playing his sitar, which will add to all the beautiful music that we have today. So let's give him a welcome applause, please. Today's Preeti Bhojan is sponsored by Ishita Patel and Tushita Patel. Let's give them a big hand, please. Did I say that right? Tushita. Walkathon is still, we're working on it, and that is on the 31st. We need your participation. Summer camp the registration is ongoing. And please, if you have a child between the age of 3 to 12, please take advantage of these camps. They're very meaningful. And by the way, the camp is for 9 weeks. To the best of my knowledge, there's no Hindu organization in all of GTA that holds a camp for 9 weeks. Many of them have a 1-week camp, a 2-week camp, maybe an August camp or a 1-day camp, but none has 9 weeks or 8 weeks. Our camp is full day service from early in the morning to 6 o'clock, where there's meals, fresh meals prepared by our onboard chef, exercise program, pranayam, reading, philosophy, all of the above. Our theme is, give us your child and we'll give you back a new child with the same clothes. Golf, June 8th is our big tournament for the year, and we look forward to, so far I think we have about 23 teams confirmed. We are still lacking 7 teams, that is 28 people that we need more to make it meaningful. So if you've never golfed before, here's a chance to get out there and enjoy the beautiful green environment out there. Danish, I think you need to say something about the soccer program. Yes, you do. Tell us about the soccer program. Tell our parents. Let's listen to Danish. He's the facilitator for this program. He goes out there with the kids. Did a wonderful job last year, and he's got plans for this year.
So I'm just running the soccer program every Sunday, except for the long weekends in the summer, from June 1st to August 17th. It'll be between 1:30 and 3:30 every week. And with the registration cost, you get an entire uniform consisting of the shirt, the shorts, and the socks, as well as the soccer ball, a trophy, and a team photo that we will be taking during the season.
Age group?
In the age group would be between 5 and 12. If someone else wants to join, if you're 4 or 13, it doesn't matter. I'll accept you as well. That's everything I have to say.
Give Danesh a big hand. He's taking this on by himself. Danesh is a university student who's just finishing up university, but every summer he's doing this, and he also takes the time, when he has time, to come and play tabla and to get involved in the Gurukul class, and he's still a student at school and still doing all the things that every other student does. Give him a wonderful round of applause, please. Our 21 nights of Gyan Yajna is on, which will include 8 sessions of Bhagavad Katha by Bhupendra Rabai Pandya, coming from India. So please, those of you, there's been some inquiry about sponsorship. Please talk to Madhuji and Jay Patel about sponsorship for this Katha and for sponsorship of any nights of the Yajna. Please check with the office. Let's give our commercial music a big hand, please.